This is The Space Shot, episode 30 for June 13th, 2017. The Millennium and Peregrine Falcons. Hey everyone, welcome to The Space Shot, your daily space history, pop culture, and news fix. I'm John Molnix. On this day in 1983, the Pioneer 10 probe became the first spacecraft to leave the major planets in our solar system behind. The Pioneer 10 mission was launched in 1972 on an Atlas Centaur rocket, sending it past the moon in under 12 hours, making it the fastest probe to that date. Pioneer 10 was also the first spacecraft to fly by Jupiter and Saturn. While at Jupiter, measurements of the magnetic field, radiation belts, atmosphere, and interior composition of that planet were taken. The data from this mission provided the first look at Jupiter from up close, a feat that's been repeated most recently with the Juno mission. Hundreds of pictures were relayed from this encounter back to Earth, and sadly, flyby missions can only provide fleeting looks at the surface of these distant worlds. In the case of New Horizons, we could only glimpse parts of Pluto's surface during that short but incredible flyby. The same thing went for Pioneer 10 and Jupiter. One of the interesting parts of the Pioneer 10 mission was that it carried a gold plaque that describes, in a very abbreviated manner, where the spacecraft came from and who built it. Since Pioneer 10 was traveling fast enough to escape the solar system, scientists decided that installing something that would tell aliens where the spacecraft came from would be a way that the legacy of the spacecraft and humanity could be preserved. The plaque notes a few things, notably simple figures representing a man and a woman, a pattern showing the relative position of our sun to pulsars and the center of the Milky Way galaxy, and also a simple map of our solar system. Radio communication with Pioneer 10 stopped in 2003 after the RTGs, or radioisotope thermoelectric generators, decayed to a point where they could no longer power the transmitter on board the Pioneer spacecraft. Pioneer 10 was also the first spacecraft to pass through the asteroid belt. When many of us think about asteroid belts, the visual that comes to my mind at least is from Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back.
Come on, Chewie!
Asteroids!
Chewie said 271.
What are you doing? You're not actually going into an asteroid field.
They'd be crazy to follow us, wouldn't they?
You didn't have to do this to impress me.
Sir, the possibility of successfully navigating an asteroid field is approximately 3,720 to 1.
Never tell me the odds.
This scene is great to watch, but it's not exactly accurate in terms of how our asteroid field looks like. Now that we've talked about asteroids and the Millennium Falcon, let's take a look at the Hayabusa spacecraft, which literally translated means Peregrine Falcon. The Hayabusa mission was developed by JAXA, the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, and was designed to retrieve a small sample from the near-Earth asteroid Itokawa and return it to Earth. The mission launched in 2003 aboard a Japanese-made MV series rocket and returned the asteroid sample to Earth on this day in 2010. The Hayabusa spacecraft, quote, landed on the asteroid by touching the surface with the mechanism designed to capture the asteroid sample. Once that sample was obtained, the spacecraft started its ion engines and set a course back for Earth. After a spectacularly fiery re-entry, the capsule and its contents were recovered and brought to Japan for study. Tomorrow, we talk about difference engines. I'm grateful that everyone's taken the time to listen to the show. It would mean a lot if you could go ahead and let me know what you think of the show. Thank you to everyone who's left a review on iTunes so far. That is how this show gets found by more and more people, so keep leaving those reviews. I really appreciate it. If you know someone that loves space, history, or pop culture, please share the Space Shot on Facebook, Insta, Twitter, anywhere you connect with your friends and family. I'm John Molnix, and I'll catch you on the flip side.